What is the best starter choice for your Legends ZA journey? With tons of new trainers diving into their playthrough, I wanted to break down the pros and cons of each starter. By now, everybody should know that you've got 3 classic choices: Chikorita, Tepig, and Totodile, each with their own brand new mega evolutions. So let's break down each individually and see how they stack up against each other. Starting with Chikorita. Now, from personal experience, this evolution line tends to get less love from the fan base, but I've always had a soft spot for them.
Yes, you can. Get up.
Dear sweet little foot, do you remember the way to the Great Valley?
Taking aesthetics out of the question, how does Chikorita actually perform throughout the game? To many players' disappointment, these starters are not receiving any regional forms, unlike in Legends Arceus. So the typings are going to be the same as their original forms, excluding their megas. Therefore, for the majority of your playthrough, Chikorita is going to be a pure grass type. That's not ideal in Lumio's city. Sure, it'll be strong against the many water types, but it'll struggle against the fire and flying types you'll be running into constantly. From its stats, we can see that base Meganium is built to be more defensive, and although that can be beneficial, without offensive power, it'll struggle to capitalize on that bulk. That being said, Mega Meganium does gain the fairy typing, which is a much-needed buff to this Gen 2 starter. However, keep in mind that all Mega forms keep the moveset of their base form, which really limits Meganium. The next up is Tepig. Unlike Chikorita, I do not like Tepig's final design. I'm not sure if it's my bias towards it being the 3rd firefighting bipedal starter, but it has never appealed to me. Although I'll admit it functions decently well in-game. Compared to Chikorita, Emboar is geared almost entirely on offense. In a game where you can take advantage of ambushing wild Pokémon and trainers, that raw power can give you the ability to one-shot enemies before the fight even begins. This negates a lot of Emboar's weakness, which is its low defense. That being said, in longer sustained battles, such as the promotional battles and rogue megas, this will definitely come out as a liability, as Emboar does not have a lot of staying power, especially against special attacks. Still, the fact that it gets a dual type in its base form, unlike the other 2 starters, is a huge pro. In addition, having stab fighting moves can be somewhat challenging in this game, given the amount of fully evolved fighting types you have access to. Fire is also generally a good type to have on your team, although you do get access to Fletchling pretty early, as well as the Kanto and Unova. Starters, should you prefer Charmander or Fennekin? Lastly is Totodile, and this may be the one starter I was most disappointed did not receive a regional form. Although they did give it the dragon typing it so deserves in its mega form, it's just unfortunate that you have to mega evolve in order to access it. Stats-wise, Totodile is strong on the physical side and fairly bulky, which makes it pretty well-rounded in regards to tanking certain hits and hitting back hard. Since there are no abilities in-game, the lack of Intimidate does make physical attackers more viable. The most glaring weakness, however, is Totodile's speed. Now, there are a number of amazing water types, including the Blastoise and Greninja you receive as gifts. Its lack of the Dragon Dual type really can be felt, considering the amount of electric and grass types you face. However, the best aspect of Feraligatr is its move pool, which is exceptionally deep and can really help. You cover up weaknesses in your team if you're missing a particular type. So which starter should you pick? Honestly, considering the sheer access to Pokemon you have early on in the game, you can really create a pretty balanced team from the get-go. So there's no need to really worry about your starter choice. I would truly pick whichever calls to you, whether it be aesthetics or nostalgia. But if you're truly looking to optimize your run, sadly, I think Chikorita is a clear last place. There are many other grass types that fulfill its role better. Next is Tepig. Although the fighting coverage is nice, its special defense really lets it down in some of the major fights in the game. Which means Totodile is my recommendation. Between its relatively balanced stats and exceptionally deep move pool, it can certainly serve as the cornerstone of any well-rounded Pokémon team for a Legends ZA playthrough. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, feel free to subscribe for more Pokémon content.